I won't stop till I hear him say,
Alrighty, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. This is going to be an in-depth video breakdown on Hedera Hashgraph. We're going to be talking about Hbar. Massive connections, as always, going down the rabbit hole. If you enjoy deep dive research videos like this, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We do appreciate it. We also ask that you do us a favor, copy the link to this YouTube video or others like it, share them with a friend or family member. And if you are not also already subscribed to our Rumble channel, we are going to be frequently uploading on the Rumble page. So you all can find that link in the description down below if you want a little bit more of some in-depth video breakdown, some things that we're not allowed to share on the YouTube channel. With that being said, I'm going to start off with two of these foundations here. We have the GBBC, the Global Blockchain Business Council, whose aim is the developing the next trillion-dollar industry through education, advocacy, and partnership. I have a panel discussion from some of these individuals where we're going to get into some key vocabulary, key phrases. We also have the voluntary ecological markets, the VEM. I don't know if you all have heard of these individuals, very interconnected. They were also at DAVOS, which is, again, the panel that we're going to be getting into today. And they are set to establish the standards for tokenization, contractual extensions, workflows, and analytics for creating a standards-based ecological market. These individuals are tied with the DTCC, Hedera Hashgraph, the Stellar Development Foundation, a whole bunch of individuals, again, key entities, key elites. Like I said, we're going to jump down the rabbit hole. First, before we head into these two documents and these fundamentals, sit back, relax. I have some interesting video clips. Pay attention to these individuals and what it is that they mention. Again, they talk about the GBBC. This lady right here is a representative. Actually, I'm sorry, she's the CEO, if I'm not mistaken, Sandra Rowe, CEO of the GBBC. And then we have the Hbar Foundation individual representative over here. And then we also have another representative from the GBBC here. So we're going to get into this video breakdown panel discussion. Like I said, sit back, relax. It's going to be kind of a longer video breakdown. I have so much information. I actually might even make a part 2 to this. With that being said, again, smash that thumbs up button if you enjoy video breakdowns. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
So to be aware, the mission here is how do we take the good work that every single one of you has done, and how do we actually come to some level of commonality across the technical and also the business side of things to create the standards and the common language we need to actually scale properly to a global multi-trillion-dollar market, to a global multi-trillion-dollar market. At the end of the day, if we're all sitting there being big fish in our own little ponds, it doesn't really work.
And then she goes on to discuss interoperability, but right there you heard her talk about how are they going to scale the next trillion-dollar industry. That is massive. Again, major key individuals, the DTCC, we have IBM, all involved and interconnected with the GBBC. So heading back over here, I want you all to listen to this gentleman right here, again, from the GBBC, mentioning something that we've been talking about here on the CYPRX YouTube channel for some time, and it is that they are building a new world. Listen to this individual at the Davos. Look, you guys can see up here, Davos 2023. He literally mentions building a new world.
Yeah, thank you very much for that overview. So you can see the extensive detail that had to be put into place because we're creating a whole new world, of how the business is going to be put into place.
They are creating a whole new world on how the businesses are going to be run. Then it goes on to this individual mentioning how they utilize Hedera and the Hedera Guardian. And then it goes on to this individual saying and specifically talking about the Voluntary Ecological Markets Task Force.
We started seeing these wins from our partners that there was real work being done. But what we also saw in talking both to partners and other industry groups, which we engage with, is that we don't have a standard yet. Standards don't just happen. They have to be kind of moved in the right direction, and then they have to be herded together, and the industry as a whole has to then agree. That doesn't happen overnight.
So right there again at Davos, in front of all of these investors and potential banksters, again at this international elite meeting, he mentions that this transformation is not going to happen overnight. I'd like for all of my followers to take a second and really consider some of the things that we've been mentioning here on this YouTube channel before we dive into these fundamentals and PDFs, that the mainstream media has everybody distracted into believing that this is going to be some flip of the switch thing that happens tomorrow or the day after. It's not. This is going to be a long, drawn-out process of not only regulations, but standards that need to be put into place for this massive adoption of this technology to really, truly come to light. However, Hedera Hashgraph is at the forefront of this adoption in this new digital technology.
Traditional industry. You know that any industry that is in the multi-trillions of, I'm going to just use US dollars for convenience, level, has standards. It's got standards bodies. It speaks mostly a common language. And I'm going to say again that we are at the very beginning of the rodent, very beginning of the rodent, the very beginning of the rodent. All of this, there have been here mentions of trust, verification. How do we believe and talk in the same way? That is the only way we're going to scale this. And so
and she goes on. So not only did she just mention that we are at the beginning of a very, very long road, which again, she just mentioned that in 2023 at the Davos convention, right? She also mentioned trust. So we're going to get into that. Like I said, we're going to head over here. The GBBC, again, developing the next trillion-dollar industry through education and advocacy. It talks about who we are, who the members are, and individuals. But let's pause from that and let's head over to a PDF from the GBBC back in 2021. Okay, this is the PDF labeled Coming Together, Forging Collaborations in an Era of Profound Change, again from the GBBC. And interestingly enough, we come down here, and here's this lady, this individual, the CEO, Sandra wrote. What she specifically discussed is very interesting in this PDF. She says, through our community of members, leaders, advisors, and ambassadors, the GBBC remains committed to its vision of advancing adoption of digital assets and blockchain on a global scale. But if there's one thing we've learned from the collective challenges, failings, and wins of the past year, it's that no vision is complete without common values and a common mission. Again, their mission is to scale a $1 trillion market over to the blockchain, over to distributed ledger technology, okay? And it comes over here and it goes on to say, thank you to our global community of more than 350 members and 180 ambassadors across 96 jurisdictions. So again, they're not people to take lightly. They have an influence, who stand behind our common mission and share our values to help our communities around the world. As always, the GBBC annual report is a reflection of the incredible progress our industry members have made towards building and deploying real-world applications with real-world impacts. And now you see in 2023, they put out this information, again, deploying real-world applications with real-world impacts, and they're sitting next to Hedera Hashgraph or Hedera Hashgraph representative on this panel discussion now in 2023. So keep that in mind as we move forward. And it's that Hbar is always playing at the forefront of this distributed ledger technology adoption, okay? We come down here to another interesting part of this PDF. It says, debentures platform CBDC as collateral and stablecoin usage. IO Builders is collaborating on a project to explore the policy and regulatory implications of innovation in financial markets driven by distributed ledger technology. And then it goes on to say all industry participants will be able to trade these bonds, specifically talking about the tokenization of bonds, using the platform stablecoin and managing the collateral with the wholesale central bank issued digital currency, a CBDC, all of it powered by Hedera Hashgraph distributed ledger technology. I don't know if any other influencers have covered this specific PDF. Again, this is outdated from 2021, but you can see here, again, the tokenization of bonds happening on Hedera Hashgraph, right? Something, again, to keep in mind as we go down this rabbit hole. So not only did this individual from Hedera Hashgraph mention the VEM, but if we head over here to a VEM, Voluntary Ecological Markets Overview, the Interwork Alliance is mentioned, Sustainability Business Working Group. Again, their goal to establish the standards for tokenization, contractual extensions, workflows, and analytics for creating a standards-based ecological market. If we go down here to page 4, their overview, again, the goal of the Voluntary Ecological Markets Task Force is to establish the standards for tokenization. Back in 2021, you see the document from the GBBC, again, mentioning Hedera Hashgraph via the tokenization of bonds. Contractual extensions, workflows, and analytics for creating a standards-based ecological market. Then it goes on to talk about what the task force has done. So if we scroll down, though, to the bottom of this document, this is where it gets interesting. Remember, I mentioned to you guys the DTCC being in collaboration with Hedera Hashgraph, either directly or indirectly, okay? Contributors to this Inner Work Alliance, VEM, Voluntary Ecological Markets Overview. Who was involved? We can see down here, Hedera Hashgraph and the DTCC. Why is this interesting? Again, I'm going to show you all another connection going down the rabbit hole. We mentioned the Hyperledger Foundation, okay, the Hyperledger landscape. So we're going to go back to the GBBC, and if we look at their partners, we can see that Hyperledger is a part of their members. Here's Hyperledger mentioned right here on the GBBC website where it says our members. So if we come back over here, again, GBBC, the DTCC, and the VEM, alongside Hedera Hashgraph, we see right here another connection, the DTCC on the Hyperledger landscape, also including IBM. Well, if we come over here, we know that Hedera Hashgraph back in the day, this was May 14, 2020, new to Hyperledger Labs, the pluggable Hedera consensus service available on Hyperledger. Hyperledger Labs stewards recently approved the pluggable Hedera consensus service, Hyperledger Labs. Again, it's all interoperable and interconnected. People are just sleeping on this. They'll say that Hedera is a scam when in reality, it's not. And it is one of those protocols that's going to run the financial ecosystem behind the scenes in the future. And I'm going to show you guys that again in this video breakdown before we hop off. We come over here to further down the rabbit hole. Remember, we mentioned Hyperledger landscape, IBM being a part of that, including the DTCC, how that's connected with Hedera Hashgraph. You guys can see the Voluntary Ecological Markets Overview, who was a part of this, the Interwork Alliance, the DTCC, Hedera Hashgraph. Okay, again, I don't want you guys to get lost. I know that's a lot of connecting parts. We come back over here. Okay, and we go to the IBM website, IBM, creating a more interoperable blockchain future. All right. In a world of enterprise blockchain, why should we make blockchain users choose only one framework? Remember, I just mentioned to you guys, then also in previous video breakdowns, there's going to be multiple protocols and frameworks that run the financial ecosystem behind the scenes. Why only choose one framework when they can get the benefits of leveraging multiple frameworks? IBM Blockchain Platform is proud to announce our tech preview with Hedera Hashgraph, representing a step towards increasing interoperability, there's that word, for enterprise blockchain networks, looking for transparency of public but private permission networks. So again, IBM connected to the DTCC connected to Hedera Hashgraph connected to Hyperledger. It's all interconnected. Okay, well, looking over here, again, you're like, Cypress, how is Hedera Hashgraph going to play such an important role? This is a PDF from the World Bank back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And if we scroll down here to page 29 of this PDF, this is the last thing I'm going to leave you all with this today, just to show you how massive Hbar is going to be in the future. These are major elite entities, okay, that already have their hand in the financial market. We come down here to page 29. Again, if you guys remember, this distributed ledger technology and blockchain PDF from the World Bank Group. Okay, and if we come down here to page 29, something very interesting is mentioned from IBM. It says, bleeding edge. Let me zoom in for you all. Okay, again, picking up on these gems. If you're still here, smash that thumbs up button. If I haven't confused you, showing you the connections with how big Hedera Hashgraph is going to be, this will be the last one. Okay, distributed ledger technology remains at an early stage. So here's another confirmation talking about what we've been mentioning to you all for the longest time on this YouTube channel, is that this is going to take time. It is going to happen in fluctuations, bull and bear markets. But in the long run, the next decade from now, it is going to be insane, the transfer of wealth that we're going to experience. Distributed ledger technology remains at an early stage of development, and there are still serious concerns about the robustness and resilience of distributed ledger technology, especially for large volume transactions, availability of standards, hardware and software applications, and also ample supply of skilled professionals. However, large traditional IT players like IBM and Microsoft, as well as financial sector players like Visa and MasterCard, have started to develop distributed ledger technology products and services, which could eventually provide the same level of trust. There's that mention of trust, like you heard the lady from GBBC say.
There have been here mentions of trust, verification. How do we believe and talk in the same way?
And confidence as traditional IT systems offer today. So again, with that being said, it mentions underneath of that scalability and transaction speed I showed you the connection between the DTCC, which is going to be quadrillions of dollars. In past video breakdowns, I've shown you how their goal is to tokenize their assets, right? You can see how the DTCC is connected with Hedera Hashgraph here, how the DTCC is connected with the Hyperledger Foundation, that's connected to the Interwork Alliance, that's connected to IBM. And to finish all of this off, this is IBM mentioning right here, distributed ledger technology, products and services, which could eventually provide the same level of trust and confidence as traditional IT systems could offer today. If you do not know what Hedera Hashgraph is, Hedera Hashgraph is a distributed ledger technology platform that provides a secure, fast, and fair way of conducting transactions and executing applications on a decentralized network. In that sense, it has the potential to improve IT services specifically, especially those that require fast, secure, and decentralized transactions, such as supply chain management, voting systems, and digital identity management. So Hedera Hashgraph having the potential to improve IT services, and you all seeing right here, IBM mentioning distributed ledger technology products and services will eventually provide the same level of trust and confidence as traditional IT systems offer today. And you all see that Hedera Hashgraph is connected not only with IBM as a partner, but with the DTCC, with the VEM, with the GBBC. Take it upon yourselves, do your own research. This is me just going down the rabbit hole, showing you all how massive Hedera is going to be, how these individuals are literally saying that they're building a new world for business. There's that key term, that key phrase, a new world. Hopefully this woke you up to do your own personal research on Hedera Hashgraph if you're not already invested in it. I'm not telling you to go out there and buy Hbar. I'm telling you all to take it upon yourself to do your own research and make your own decisions. With that being said, blessings to you all. Make sure that you go check out our Rumble page. The link for that is in the description down below. We have a buttload of new video breakdowns that we just uploaded. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you all in the next YouTube video breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, real fast, I'd like to take a quick break and announce that we are going to be publicly uploading on the Rumble platform. If you are not already aware, Rumble is a place where people with something to say and something to share, who believe in authentic expression and want to control the value of their own creations, can speak freely. This means that here at CYPRX, what you all have been waiting for, we can give you a more in-depth perspective on the global elites from an uncensored point of view on the shadow government and the hidden agenda behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. So if that interests you and you want a more in-depth perspective from an uncensored point of view, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and give us a follow on the Rumble platform. The link is in the description down below of this YouTube video. Let's dive back into this YouTube video breakdown.
I won't stop till I hear him say